Hello, a very warm welcome to my YouTube channel, A Beautiful Mind. If you like my stories, do subscribe to my channel. My story for today is based on a real life incident and is titled My Delhi. It is a late Saturday afternoon at the crowded Sarojini Nagar market in Delhi. The afternoon has tired itself out, but not the market. It's buzzing with activity. Hawkers, dubious salesmen selling cheap versions of branded sunglasses, belts, perfumes, and what have you. Shoppers, onlookers, food vendors, and the ubiquitous policemen. There's a man standing on a mound of made in China shirts proclaiming that they're up for loot at rupees 100 apiece. Another is crying hoarse announcing a never seen before sale of shoes. Meanwhile, a few street dogs lie undisturbed under trees, unmindful of the chaos around them. I have ventured to take my daughters shopping for knickknacks and also get them to experience Sarojini Nagar. The place has little hole in the wall kiosks which dot it and also define it. Sarojini Nagar is the dream market of Delhi's middle class aspirations. A small budget goes a long way here, and the place is a favorite amongst bored housewives and retired folks looking to spend a pleasant afternoon. Now, Sarojini Nagar holds a special place in the heart of anyone who has done college in Delhi. It, along with a helping hand from Janpat, pretty much takes care of the sartorial fashion needs of generation after generation of college goers in the city. Laden with export surplus clothes and accessories, it is a bargainer's paradise and a designer's nightmare. We're carrying a mammoth shopping bag and are doing our best to fill it up and rev up the economy. Earrings, headbands, leggings, bangles, a toy guitar, they're all piling up. We eat momos and bhelpuri and drink the banta, which is a local flavored lemonade, before joining the frenzy again. I stopped to pay for a pack of sport socks and am a little perplexed to see the flap of my handbag lifted over. I reach out for my wallet inside the handbag, but the familiar piece of leather does not manifest itself. With mild panic and growing desperation, I fumble through the contents of the handbag, but soon realize that the wallet is not in it. I empty the contents of our shopping bag, and all the loot tumbles out, but not the wallet. Oh my God. My throat feels dry, and tears well up in my eyes. My girls look up at me with an expression of support intermixed with helplessness. It is not the money in the wallet, it only has a few hundred rupees. The big notes lie safely in an inner recess of the handbag. It is the various forms of ID in the wallet which make me panic. Driver's licenses of both India and the US, PAN card, office ID cards, election card, credit and debit cards, club membership cards, they're all gone. I feel naive and stupid and curse myself for having dared to do a Sarojini Nagar on a Saturday evening. And why the hell was I carrying all my ID cards with me in this crowded market? Delhi, why Delhi? Hell, I curse the city. Even drew our decision to come back to it from the US. We push our way out of the crowd and I start calling the banks to cancel cards. We somehow reach home and lie and the reality of the situation starts to sink in. I have no proof of ID left except my passport. I mentally start making notes of what I have to do. Register a police complaint, go to the various offices to apply for duplicates, arrange for supporting documentation, and retrieve scanned copies of the lost documents. Thank God for a husband who's obsessed with scanning. Oh my God, I'm mentally exhausted. It is a Saturday evening, so nothing much can be done, but the tension is killing. I somehow get through the evening chores cooking, feeding, preparing uniforms, and putting the kids to bed. I then have a tete a tete with God, venting anger, imploring, praying, all at the same time. Though I turn into bed earlier than usual, I sleep fitfully and lightly. My cell phone rings and I look at the unknown number, wondering who would it be who would call me so late in the night. On a whim, I answer the call. It is an unsophisticated, almost rustic voice talking something about a lost wallet. What? A lost wallet? Apparently, my wallet was found lying in an alley by a street hawker who had the goodness of heart to call me. He had found my office ID card in the wallet and with my phone number on it and had called me. He actually did. He identified himself as Bajpayee from Sarojini Nagar. He tells me that he found my wallet, and though it does not have any money in it, it does have a lot of cards and ID papers. I bless the man and his mother for the upbringing and the honesty. He rattles off a list of things in the wallet. Besides the papers, there was a silver Lakshmi coin, a blank HDFC check, house keys, and that he found my wallet in a place which is visited by lakhs of people every day was a miracle in itself. We decide on a place to meet up, and I wait for morning to happen. Eventually, it all ended well. I got back my wallet and ID papers all intact. Bajpayee turned out to be exactly as I had imagined him to be, stooped with the burdens of existence, but content and happy in his own way. Thank you, Bajpayee ji, for redeeming my faith in humanity. You symbolize all that is good in this city and in our country. The incident somehow also makes me proud of Delhi. In spite of the muck being hurled at it constantly, it does have a heart, a character, and more than that, a soul. It has been destroyed several times over, but has sprung back to life each time. It has given shelter to millions of every hue and color, and in spite of trying circumstances, still manages to redeem itself in the end, as evidenced by me in Sarojini Nagar that evening.